Sarah from Heisman Ceramics. This is the start of some more long format videos where I'll be sharing life in the studio, my pottery, and just generally what it's like to run my creative business. Today I'm going to be giving you a proper introduction, who I am, what I make, and what you can expect from these videos. So enjoy! Ceramics. I have been making pottery for about 10 years now. I have a Bachelor of Fine Arts, not in pottery but in printmaking. My first experience with clay was like a lot of us. As a kid, I did a summer camp and we did raku. Thinking about that now, it's kind of dangerous. I was 11 and while I myself was not doing the raku, the pieces were raku. It was like a pit firing raku. Anyways, interesting memories. After that, I didn't really do much pottery between the age of 11 and my fourth year of university. I went to a arts high school, but they didn't have a ceramics portion. I remember there was a kiln in the art class, but it was just like that object that no one really talked about or no one really touched. Yeah, no one touched it or talked about it. It was just like that weird piece of machinery that no one did anything with. Anyways, in university, I studied printmaking, and in my fourth year, I took an intro class to ceramics. I needed an outlet. Like, I was already doing art, but it was mandatory art. It was conceptual art, and I needed an outlet for something that existed outside of conceptual art. So while the intro course was based off of conceptual ideas, I also did a lot of open studio time in the ceramic studio, just so I could learn more and practice more and just have that outlet, really. And the rest is history. End of the video. No, I'm kidding. So I really fell in love with it. After that intro class, I just started teaching myself more, watching a lot of YouTube videos, a lot of learning from peers or the people running the open studio. After I graduated university, I set up my first wheel, which was like a kick wheel that someone had motorized, and it was really intense. Like, it would take about 10 minutes to get to full speed and then 10 minutes to slow down. I set up in my parents' garage. After about 2 years of practice, I started taking pottery more seriously in 2019, 2020. I quit my service job and went a little bit more full-time with pottery. Not to say I don't have other jobs now, just to help make ends meet. And what you're seeing right now, this is my third studio. My first studio was great. My parents decided to move to a larger house, which had a barn, and that was where my second studio was. But I really needed something more permanent that I could stay in for hopefully forever. So that's what you're seeing now. This is my third studio. My barn converted studio was about 700 square foot, and this one is around 200, 250. So it was a bit of a downsizing practice, and I'm still slowly moving stuff over from the old studio. Luckily, I didn't have to get out of there quickly, so I've been able to sell a few things and really sort of think about what I want to bring over to make sure that this space stays usable. So what I make, it's a real mix. I do a lot of throwing as well as hand building, and also I pour vintage molds and bring those back to life. The molds I have are from the 50s to the 90s. Some are newer, some are older, a real variety. A lot of cowboy boots, a whole lot of frogs. I have dabbled in sculpture. I'm currently doing quite a few collaborations with other artists, which has been really inspiring. But for now, my artwork is for functionality. But like I said, I really play with a mixture of different methods for creating my pottery. And like I was saying before, I'm also doing a lot of collaborations recently with other artists. This is the most recent one. So this is a collaboration I did with Rachel. I will tag her Instagram here. She is a Calgary-based artist, and we have been talking forever on Instagram and planning for probably about 2 years to do a collab. Rachel came over for a day, and we had a great time in the studio. She did her illustrations on a couple mugs. So cute. I'm just so pleased with how they turned out. There are 2 mugs. One oil dispenser, and this one is yet to be fired. It is a cowboy boot for a wood kiln. So pretty. Yeah, so we were able to have a fun day at the studio for this collab, and I cannot wait to show you a few more of the collabs that I have coming up. So what you can really expect to see here are experimentations, collabs, behind the scenes of my pottery studio, and improvements I make to this small space because it's still a work in progress. I need to have heat installed soon, and I'm sure a lot more. So why am I doing long format videos? Social media has become so fast paced. It never wasn't. You really can't show the nuance of pottery in a short 15 or 30-second video. I want to slow down. I want to be more thoughtful and intentional with the content that I make, and I think that long format videos is probably the way to go for that. This is also a really good way to document my progress. Again, when you're looking back on social media, I feel like you just can't grasp the nuance of what you have done in the past and where you are now. With long format, I feel like it's just easier to do that. I will still be using Instagram. It's a great tool. But instead of making content specifically for Instagram, doing the long format videos and taking content from that to create social media posts. It just makes more sense that way. I also want to be able to share more with those who follow me. I feel like it's just a small portion that you see on social media. And I feel like you really can't grasp everything that goes into making the pieces that you see online. So yeah, I want to create it for you. I would love to do some short tutorials, and I'm hoping to do a studio tour video soon. I finally have the space working for me. I'd love to know what kind of content that you're interested in seeing from me. If you have any suggestions, or if you yourself make long format videos like this, I would love your tips and tricks. Anything that has helped you along the way, because I'm totally new to this. If you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate your subscription or a like. Ah! That feels so weird to say. It'll get more normal, right? Until then, I will see you in the next one. Bye!